evening. This is Casey Douglas Pivoy reporting for InfoWars Nightly News. I'll be sitting in for Alex Jones. Tonight I'm going to be reporting on the signing of the North American Free Trade Agreement and the devastating effects which this pact, or whatever they call it, has had on our community since they've signed it. You know, it's been devastating, and we've lost a heck of a lot of jobs here in our community because of the NAFTA signing. It's horrendous. In 1992, Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney, U.S. President George Bush, and Mexican President Salinas signed the North American Free Trade Agreement with high hopes, I guess, of creating more jobs by shipping jobs to other countries, you know. So I don't get the sense in that. Since then, presidential candidate Ross Perot predicted in his famous saying, "You're going to hear a giant sucking sound of jobs out of this country." And you know what? Ross Perot was right. Absolutely. In his presidential campaign in 2008, Barack Obama blamed the NAFTA treaty for growing unemployment in the U.S. and pledged to either amend it completely or back out of the NAFTA treaty altogether. Well, Obama, or Barry Soetoro, or whatever his name is, like everything else he's promised, has reneged on his campaign pledge, resulting in further job loss in Canada and the U.S., with Stephen Harper happily jumping on the bandwagon for the ride. Look, this has been devastating for many in our community. I personally know about 12 people that have been affected, have to sell their homes, and, you know, with plants like Ford and Electromotive and places like that that have been staples in our community for 50 years or more are suddenly closed. It has a real effect on people's lives, and it's just another example of this post-industrial age New World Order that's going on, and how they're throwing us into these austerity levels. Anyways, I'll be doing the Man on the Street segment, and I hope you enjoy my report about this North American Free Trade Agreement. But anyways, you know, there is a war on for your mind, and you are the resistance, so you got to start getting ugly and doing something about this, you know. Like, today I'll be reporting out of this great Canadian-built vehicle behind me here. I've tentatively nicknamed it the Moose. And now the Moose is a 1975 Ford Maverick that was proudly built right here on the outskirts of London, Ontario, Canada. After a 37-year hiatus, I'm going to be taking the Moose back to where she was conceived and proudly built. That'll be at the Ford Talbotville Assembly Plant right here in London, Canada. Okay? So buckle up, and here we go. Okay, here we are. We're 37 years ago. This car behind me, beautiful 74 Ford Maverick, came off the line at this plant. You know, very proud vehicle, quality workmanship. Look at the shape it's in. You know, these cars last for 40, 50 years. And, you know, unfortunately, in September 2011, this sprawling Ford assembly plant finally closed for good because of the NAFTA treaty, North American Free Trade Agreement. And you know, after 44 years of production and 8 million vehicles made here at this plant, they closed the doors. It's done. 1,200 plus workers lost their jobs, with like a ripple effect that turned into a tsunami, with about 10,000 jobs lost in the London, Ontario and surrounding community. So that's pretty disgusting display if I've ever seen one. You know, there you go. New World Order, post-industrial era. Everything's coming true. With the signing of the NAFTA treaty, many plants across North America and have seen the same fate, moving their plants to Mexico, India, China, etc. Devastating communities in the area, already suffering with what the news says. The mainstream whore media says that the unemployment rate's 8.9%. Well, we know it's around 20, so, you know, it's pretty disgusting. I just thought I'd show you this, and there you go. I'll show you a view of the plant here. Completely empty. Totally. There it is. Great big sprawling plant, right out, right empty. So there you go. Okay. This is Casey Pivoy, man on the street for InfoWars Nightly News, and here I am at the Electromotive Caterpillar plant here in London, Ontario, Canada. And for 62 years here in London, they've been building quality locomotives and shipping them worldwide. It used to be GM diesel, and I think Caterpillar bought it and turned it into Electromotive. And like I say, there's a couple of, if you can see behind me here, there's a few locomotives that they're not letting out because unfortunately the Electromotive in February 2012 closed the doors on the plant. Like I say, after a 62-year run here in London building quality products with extra skilled workers, and so, you know, there's another over 600 jobs lost there in one fell swoop there because of the North American Free Trade Agreement, I guess. They offered the unionized workers from the Canadian Auto Workers, CAW, a 50% wage decrease to keep their jobs safe here in London. 50% job decrease. Now, if that's not a move towards austerity, I don't know what is. So anyways, they ended up moving the plant to Muncie, Indiana in the States, which I guess isn't so bad. They kept it in North America, but the workers there are working for $12.50 an hour. Okay, well, this sparked a great big rally of about 5,000 people at Victoria Park here in the middle of London, and it made national news. Of course, this is disgusting. A terrible example of how all these great skilled workers are losing everything that they've worked for most of their lives, you know, basically for nothing, and no thank you, no nothing. I believe they got a severance package and they're working on it. That's why they're keeping these locomotives behind me basically here until they work out some kind of a deal. But there you go. Enjoy your austerity levels here in the New World Order. Post-age industrial tyranny coming right at you here from London, Ontario, Canada. Thanks. Over and out.